They had two trial days. They announced it that afternoon. I know. Michael said, because I know. And then the coach went up to him and said, "But you're shit." He's like,
That's you. We got the blue and yours.
Red, white, blue.
Good morning and welcome to everyone for this set of matches between the Combined Catholic Colleges and the New South Wales Combined High Schools. The two teams are just taking the field. We're at Camden Rugby Park today, Camden down in the southwest of Sydney, lovely rural area where as the growth of Sydney population has continued to expand, so has the spread of Sydney out into some of these lovely rural areas of the southwest. The matches today, we're going to be seeing two matches. Firstly, the under 16s and followed by the under 18s. These matches have been taking place for some 15-20 years now, where the Combined Catholic Schools have their team to play against the Combined High Schools. Combined High Schools in the light blue, and in the dark blue we've got the Combined Catholic Colleges. Now from where we're looking, we've got the Combined Catholic Colleges running from left to right on your screen, and Combined High Schools running from right to left. Bit of traditional pre-game hyperactivity. Not a bad crowd here, starting to build up. You may get a little bit of crowd noise through our microphones, but that's to be expected. We've set this up as well as we possibly can, and this is an extension of a lot of school sport that has become live streamed. We've done swimming, water polo, cross country, athletics, a whole range, AFL, a whole range of sports, both men's and women's. So just about to get the kick-off. All's in formation and in readiness for the start of the under 16s, and we're away. Out on the full, so we'll be back to the centre. Scrum with a feed to the Combined High Schools.
Okay.
Little break down the right flank there for the combined high schools. Breakdown in play, and so there's now going to be a penalty. Now I've got Paul Kidd here with me, Canawooka High School and rugby expert at the schools level. Paul, you know most of these boys through the various championships.
I've seen them trialling the 16s. Don't attend the championships, but we have a set of trials to select our 16s team. And we ran a trial at Camden Rugby Park for these boys, a final trial. Some of them also selected as after their involvement in our Open Championships as well, Bill. So that's where they're coming from. They're coming from across the state.
Okay, and I guess there is some sequence in your play here in the 16s, and then you may get your way through to the 18s, and all that comes with it.
Correct. There are some boys that, so for example, the number 10 out here, Bill, Ezra Paulo, he represented his Metropolitan Northeast region at the Open Championships and gained selection in our 16s championship. But there are other boys, the majority of boys weren't playing at our Open Championships.
Yeah, players or young men of these age groups, they do mature at different rates, don't they? And some are physically able to move up a year or two, whereas others, they're just not quite ready for that sort of contact.
Correct. And sometimes in terms of selections, even though some boys may excel at the Open Championships, it might be in their best interest to actually play against the 16-year-olds for another year or two in terms of their own development, Bill. So it's, we've got to be careful in pushing kids too early as well.
Out to the wide forward.
It was a strong run from Elvis Opate from Wyong High School. He's a big lad, Bill.
He sure is. Nice hands and a kick to the corner, but the winger wasn't able to get there in time, but that's still not such a bad result.
Some good vision. He was 15, is Mitchell Henderson, Bill, and he comes from Farrer Memorial Agricultural High School, and he was one of the boys that was actually played in Harold Matthews' grand final for the Newcastle Knights just recently. Right? Yeah.
So there's always a bit of cross-coding, I suspect.
Correct. Some of the areas the boys playing, there might not necessarily be a junior rugby competition for them, Bill, so their opportunity to play rugby comes through those combined high schools.
Good attacking position here for the CHS.
Ball stolen by the Catholic colleges. Not sure what play that was. Charge down there from the number 6, I think, Bill. It was the Zeb Missios from Coffs Harbour High School.
Becomes a lottery, the charge down.
And it does. And Zeb's older brother is playing CHS Is today too, as well. So it's a talented family, Bill.
Lovely ground here, Paul. Rugby Park at Camden. Got all of the facilities. Spread there from Catholic colleges looking to get the ball wide and clear their own end of the field, but They weren't able to do that, so they're going and having a little look on the other side. Wide running forward. Still got it rolling in the right direction. Clearing kick. Strong tackle.
Good support from the CHS boys to get back and help the tackle player.
Okay, so what's that one? That penalty for Paul?
That was for holding the ball from the player on the ground.
Okay.
Because the Catholic Colleges player held their feet and were on their feet, and they have rights to the ball, so the combined high schools player should have released the ball.
That's a good kick. So Catholic Colleges have now worked their way back up the field through some good play and then a penalty on the back of that. Let's see what they've got to come in this line out. Referee just getting it sorted. Ball's in and back and a spread. Offside call.
I think it was there.
Oh, good feet.
22.
Well, on our program, we've got Jaden Legaspi as having scored that from Mount Carmel Catholic College. He's definitely wearing the 22. There can be some late changes with numbers that we may not be aware of here in the commentary position, but we're right next to the broadcast position here, so it may well be that they've got an update. But from our program, it's the number 22, who is Jaden Legaspi from Mount Carmel Catholic College, Barraville. We've got Samuel Tuatopu having the shot for goal to add the extras. Straight as an arrow. So opening points to the dark blue, the Catholic Colleges. Seven points to nil. Advantage played here to the dark blue. Still in control of that ruck. There's the man with the light feet again in the 22.
Strong tackle from the number 1, Lannery Brown from Hill Sports High School.
And he's got the ball back, so we'll get a Blues feed in this scrum, a light blue feed. Will we or won't we? No, we won't. Plenty of pressure to be applied in here, nice and low. Good push from the back. Well fed. Another roll forward. A little spread to a wide running forward. Good tackle.
I think the referee's playing advantage for offside from the CHS boys.
They still look there, don't they? Chip and chase.
The referee goes back to the penalty for offside, so that was he was
So we
playing
now
advantage.
go back to the advantage that was played, and no advantage, so it comes back to the penalty to Catholic colleges. Good touch finder. About 10 metres out from CHS try line. Standard formation out here, very wide the winger. Does have the option of heading in field if there's a kick in short and they've won the ball from the line out. Into space. Well, I always say the best way to win a game of footy is to control the ball, and that's what we're seeing here.
They certainly are, Bill. They've had all the running for the last 10 minutes of this game.
And again, it peels off the maul. College is doing a good job there of just holding the ball up. And then the little kick, that's danger. Number 15. Aidan Coppus from All Saints College, Maitland, has scored adjacent to the uprights. From a little kick ahead, gathered the ball cleanly. No one in front of him, basically.
Catholic colleges at the moment, Bill, are controlling the tempo of this game and have had all the running except for those first few minutes of the match.
Yeah, control the ball and the opposition's got to do all the work.
Yeah, thank you.
Diogo here, lining up for the next conversion. We're now out to 12-0.
Samuel Tuatupa.
Samuel Tuatupa. Okay. Samuel Tuatupa. This is a long way from being irretrievable, but you wouldn't want to get too much further out the ball.
No, Bill, it's an old cliche, but I think CHS need to be next team that scores.
Yep.
This is their first game that they've played together after just one training session, so it's always a little bit difficult to get combinations working.
So from this line out, if the high schools can get the ball, they don't need to score first touch, but they do need to apply some pressure.
They do. They need to put themselves in a position to actually maintain the ball build.
They need to control this game for a period of time.
There's obviously talent out there, but they just haven't had the opportunity yet. They've done a lot of defence so far in this game.
Still keeping it in tight.
And the player from the Catholic College has gone off his feet in the ruck and played the ball on the ground. So the referees awarded combined high schools a penalty in that situation.
Decision here, kick for goal or kick for touch, and kick for touch it is. And it doesn't find touch. That's not a bad result to get it straight back.
Correct.
Go open. That's it.
And good play from Mitchell Henderson, the fullback, the number 15.
That one might have been
a
deemed a bit high.
Yeah, a bit high, I think. And as you know, Bill, it's referees in rugby league and rugby union are very strict on that high contact, it's particularly in the junior age groups.
Well, they might have a little trick shot from this line out.
Could do. The line out's been very effective so far. They've been throwing a lot to the number 6, Zeb Missios from Coffs Harbour High School. This is their best attacking opportunity of the match, I think.
Spreading left. And that results in a try. Some field position, well worked. Was that the 13?
The 13 scored, Bill. It was Kamo Fekitoa from Hill Sports High School with a great offload from the number 12.
Yeah, well put together.
And again, a little bit of field position, Bill, and some possession, and the CHS boys have been able to score a try.
Good try, come on.
Mitch Henderson to take the kick. From the Farah Memorial Agricultural High School. Straight as you'd like. So combined high schools needed to score next, and they've done that.
That's a kick out on the full, Bill, so it comes back. And the referee gives the team that didn't make the mistake the option of a scrum on the halfway or a line out.
And we started the game that way, so just getting used to the dimensions of the field. Reverse of play back across the scrum, knocked down by Catholic Colleges, adjudged not to be a knock on. Blues, the light blue offside, and the advantage goes to Catholic Colleges with a penalty just on halfway. And you can query it all you like, but the referees aren't likely to change their decisions.
Thank you.
Good kick, good touch finder.
Number 12, Bill, is actually Kylan Mafoa from Tomaree High School.
Okay.
So he,
Okay, so we've got a couple of late number changes on jumpers. We apologise if we haven't quite got those right, but we will during the course. I'll just defer to Paul, who's got them all changed in his program.
and the line out throw not straight from the Catholic Colleges, so combined high schools get the feed into the scrum. Well, no, they've opted for another line out, which is their choice.
We've got plenty of height.
Well picked up with the back of the line out there.
And the clearing kick. You just need clean ball there, don't you? From, that line out win. With a clean ball, they might have been able to make something off it, but there was a little fumble at the back of the line out, which stalled the action, and then back to the fullback for a safety.
And we've got some replacements coming on. It looks like they're replacing the full front row. And again, it's a matter of trying to get all the boys that are here today a fair amount of time on the field, because it is the first game, and we're trying to give all the boys an opportunity to impress.
Yeah. Number 22 for the Catholic Colleges, Jaden Legaspi, is really controlling the game nicely at 5'8".
Looks like he's organising everything for
He is, controlling the game well. When to run, when to pass.
There he goes again.
With support. He's got a good turn of pace, but also reading play well. Trying to lock it in, but
I think it was a good turnover from the CHS boys in the maul there.
Yep.
In the ruck, I'm not sure who it was, Bill, but someone's done very well to maintain their feet and attack the ball, and it's caused the turnover.
so it's sometimes those little things that you mightn't see, the little nuances of any game where someone does something. They're not the attractive things all the time, but they're the things that count, the little one percenters.
That's right, Bill. So it's that attack on the ball, especially in our game where it's the ruck and maul. The earlier there, the more effect you can have on that breakdown. It's a strong scrum from the Catholic colleges, putting pressure on the halfback pass. Mitchell Henderson's done quite well in terms of getting some distance on his kick. Pass there, Bill, from the Catholic colleges.
And they've had to go back to retrieve that loose pass, which means all their players now have got to make the effort to get back behind the ball.
Run from the Catholic colleges, number 14.
Glad I'm not in there.
Ball ripped away there, Bill.
The idea was right, an early spread. There was an overlap out on this left flank, but the pass couldn't find its mark.
And I'm not quite sure who the CHS player was, but they did very well to rip the ball off the attacking combined Catholic colleges to take the pressure off our defence.
But we've got to withstand a bit more now. Both teams have got some big outside backs, big strong outside backs with pace, so it's a matter of getting into field position where you can get the ball out to those players and for them to take advantage of it. You know, nice athletic looking back lines, both sides.
Combined Catholic colleges have had the majority of field position and possession for this half, which has led to their dominance on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and it's not as if they're running downhill. It's pretty flat.
Quick recycle there, Bill.
The winger was running out of space up against the sideline, and so took the beat to it, kicked it back to the middle, but there was a knock on, and that was the breakdown of play, and now we go to a break.
At 14-7 to combined Catholic colleges at the moment.
How's it going, man? All right? Is that okay? So are we at screen now, or are we watching those on break? Welcome back to Camden Park here on the outskirts of Sydney, lovely rural part of New South Wales. We've got the camera focused on one of the huddles, that's the combined high schools huddle. Down the other end of the field, the Catholic Colleges huddle. We've got a score of 14 points to 7 in favour of the Catholic Colleges at the moment. It's 1 try and 1 goal to the CHS, 2 tries, 2 conversions to Catholic Colleges, and just coming back from half time, it's the time for, well, firstly rehydration. It's not a hot day up here, it's a very still day, not much wind to speak of at this point, but rehydration very important at half time, but also an opportunity for the coaches to talk with particular players about how the game's unfolding and where they might be able to improve, and any weaknesses they may have spotted in the opposition that could be targeted. Catholic Colleges are back in their position. They're ready to receive, and just a bit longer for the CHS. Might have a little bit more to fix.
And what you'll
Given
probably
the scoreboard.
what you'll find, Bill, is that the reserves will probably all be starting in the second half.
Okay.
Because it's their first game, and coaches want to see how all boys play.
So we've got some new faces coming on at half time just to complicate the commentary a little more.
Whilst we've got a moment here, Bill, on this Wednesday coming up, CHS will be playing Independent Schools Association at St Pius X Grammar School at Oxford Falls.
Yep.
On Friday, the June 28th, at David Phillips Field at the University of New South Wales.
Yep.
It'll be the final day of the Opens schoolboys trials, and CHS will be playing GPS on that day in the Opens.
Well, there's the kick-off. A good bounce for the for CHS and not for Catholic Colleges. It stood up and came back in the direction of the kicking team, but Colleges have been able to tidy it up.
And colleges have been very effective in recycling that possession, Bill.
Yeah, they have. One over the winger and fullback's head.
Number 23, Bills, for CHS, who collected that ball, was actually a 16-year-old who actually toured, just come back from the New South Wales Combined High School Rugby tour to South Africa with the open side, so as a 16-year-old.
Well, he certainly shows some promise then.
He does. He was playing in South Africa. They actually have they have an under 19 age limit for school, so he's actually playing boys 3 years older than him in that tournament.
Was it a good tour?
Yes, it was, Bill. They came back undefeated. Had some great results. Sadly, their last game was called off due to weather conditions. However, up until that point, the boys had gone through undefeated. And as you know, South Africa is the main code rugby union is the main code in South Africa. And if you talk to people there about rugby league, they probably wouldn't know what you were talking about.
Well, I do go back far enough to know that we have had some South African rugby league players come out and play rugby league in Australia. I can remember a Balmain winger by the name of Len Colleen, who was a goal-kicking winger, I think, was South African, and there was certainly at least another one. But,
there was a back rower that played for Cronulla.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of his name, Bill. He played for the Waratahs as well as going across to Cronulla to play league. His name escapes me at the moment. That was in the late 90s.
Okay. Well, here we are at Camden Park. It's 2019, and we've got combined Catholic colleges playing against the combined high schools in the light blue, colleges in the darker blue, and about to go, hasn't found
another
touch,
mistake,
another error, and that is a gift. Straight back to Catholic colleges.
And the referee's got the combined high schools players for being offside from the kickback.
Chip ahead by the 22. Well taken, but we're going to go back to the mistake, and a penalty will go to Catholic colleges. Would you consider that they'd be thinking about a kick for goal here?
Given that it's a trial, Bill, sometimes the boys are more keen to actually play with the ball in hand.
Okay.
If it was a competition, maybe they would have. Maybe the kick for goal may have been a more sensible option, but in terms of the boys are all trying to impress and have more time with the ball in hand, so that's probably why the decision comes to kick the ball out.
Let's see what they've got in their kit bag here, colleges. If they can pull out number 22, will probably be the catalyst for it. Jaden the cusp. What's Jaden got up his sleeve? A drive through the scrum. Can't see any ball here yet. Just a little.
Big body's trying to barge over the line there from the base of the ruck.
A little push down the blind side, the short side.
And once it's been a knock on. So great defence from the CHS boys in that situation.
This is for boys who turn 16 this year.
Turn 16 or turn 15 this year.
Yep.
We've got some of the boys out there are only turning 15 this year. So there's that age limit. We don't say they have to be 16. They can be turning 15 and still be eligible for this age limit because we don't have an under 15s program.
Yep.
And as you know, Bill, some boys love their football so much they'll turn up at any opportunity that they can get.
Yeah. Yeah, I can relate to that. No matter what it was. Have a go. Just plays such a valuable role, school sport, in the whole culture of a school and the way a school is seen by the community. Of course, academic results are vital, they're important, but so are all of the other aspects that make up school life. You know, whether it be music, whether it be art, whether it be sport, there are all of these other things that come together that make the whole person and make a school what it is. You know, a school that offers all of those opportunities for young people to aspire to, but also to be able to follow the things that are important to them, the things that they enjoy.
I couldn't agree more, Bill, and it gives the opportunity for success.
Yeah.
Students to have success in an area that that they are strong at. And sometimes that success transfers back to school, and they're more confident when they go back.
Yeah, so not every student is going to be an outright success in an academic field. Yeah. And for those students, while they'll get in and do the work and give it their best endeavours, the thing that will keep them engaged at school and the thing that will keep them enjoying school and wanting to go to school are the things that they like, the things that give them a purpose, the things they're good at.
That was a mistake from the CHS boys, giving up a penalty at the scrum, which has put the Catholics back on attack.
They are driving forward. Look out.
I don't know if the coach would be happy with that little kick through there, Bill.
No, they had all of the run, didn't they? All of the run was with them.
The number 11, Bill Fletcher-Myers, did very well to strip the ball from the Catholic College's player.
Hard work. Hard
It
work
is. There's
getting
some willing
forward here.
Willing defence
Some willing
happening in there.
defence.
We need to make the tackle there, Bill. And the CHS player's done really well to rip the ball off the player on the ground there.
That's another subtlety of the game, that able to remove the ball and then secure it and force the penalty.
But there was a great chase on the kick too, Bill, which enabled that pressure to be put on. So that was really good defence and really good play, chasing a kick from the CHS boys.
So a feed into a line out now, in pretty good field position after having done a lot of defence to open this second half, very similar to the first half.
Yep. But we need to capitalise now on this field position from the CHS at this moment.
We've got some bodies out here in the back line. So it's a short line out. Oh,
again, that's
a bit sloppy, but
all the way from the line out. It's a strong run from the number 7. And I think you find, Bill, the number 7 is actually a 15-year-old. Tupu from Endeavour Sports High School.
Yeah. Down in the Shire.
See if we can have a better delivery from this line out, Bill, so we can set the backs up a bit better off for this passage of play. Much better through number 6, Ed Misios, who's been very good in the line out, very effective in the air.
Need some clean ball here. Well, it looked like a try from here, but I believe the touch judge has seen it differently.
No, I think it's a try, Bill.
Okay, down in that corner where we just can't quite see.
I've got a feeling it might have been number 11, Fletcher-Myers. We might confirm that for you. But But those two boys, the 15 who kicked the ball, Mitchell Henderson, kicking to the number 11, they both played for the Newcastle Knights in the Harold Matthews Grand Final. So they obviously have a combination they've developed in that.
Bit of synchronicity. Now, the last kick here for our number 15, Mitchell Henderson, wasn't a difficult one. This one, however, is. Both angle and distance will become factors. It's a fair way out, right on the touchline. It's not going to make it, just to the side. So the scoreline now will be 14-12 in favour of combined Catholic colleges. 2 tries apiece. Away. 15 is away. Well, that was a great break by Mitchell Henderson. 15.
But again, it was those two players combining 15 on 11, Bill.
So the game changed in the space of a few seconds there. The kick-off from combined Catholic colleges. There was a foray for the ball, and then up came Mitchell Henderson with it. The young lad from Farrer, who made an incision down the centre of the field, or just on the left-hand side, then picked up the 11.
I think you'll find
Fletcher Myers.
This half, Bill, 15, as Mitchell has moved into 5'8".
Yep.
So he's actually he had a hand in the try and the kick, and it looks like he's starting to control the play out there from that playmaker position. Some good counter ruck from CHS there, and they've turned the possession over by the looks.
That didn't look a good option from here, down that short side.
The ball comes back, but it's efficient at the breakdown.
It's a good quick ball.
Some strong defence out there, Bill, at the moment.
Get enough in the tackle to stop him and slow him down, and the cavalry have come to get a formation, defensive formation. So 14-12, 2 tries apiece. Space here.
Not quite sure what that penalty was for, Bill.
No. But if it was a game, you'd be kicking for goal.
Correct. Although they might opt to kick for goal in this position. We've still got a number 6. Zeb Messios has been down injured in play.
opportunity for the drinks to go on, and also for a few positional changes and team changes.
And I think they have opted to kick for goal in this situation, which is a sensible decision because it will put them 5 points in front, which would mean that CHS would have to be scoring a try to actually take the lead rather than just kicking a penalty goal. It's good to see Zeb Misios walking off the field there, Bill.
Yeah.
But he's it's a loss of CHS. He's been quite effective in the line-out and the general play around the field as well.
All in readiness for this kick. It's not a tough one. He'll just hit this just inside the right hand upright. Straight as a gun barrel. Which now pushes the score out to 17-12.
It shows you the importance of maintaining possession. So CHS were on attack, we turned the ball over, and then it gives the opposite Catholics an opportunity with some of their strong running players.
CHS would like to get the ball back here from the ensuing maul. He's tried to hit touch and got a result. Got a result with a ball lost forward.
What Mitchell Henderson can come up with here from his number 10 position.
A bit of talking, and the winger from the blind side has moved around towards the back of the back line, so he's a bit of a jockey there, just seeing what happens in front. He'll be in support play. He's got it now, that winger.
So that pass goes behind, it slows everything down, but Bill, it needs to be that execution needs to be a bit better in those backline moves.
Bounced off, the legs kept pumping. Good ball.
It's a pity he couldn't get that pass away to the number 11. No one there at halfback.
Chance here.
It's a bit unlucky there as he's been driven back in the tackle. The ball went forward. The idea was correct. He was trying to promote possession.
But a tick for good defence.
Tick for good defence.
Penalty to Catholic Colleges. That's a good reliever from about 35 metres out from your own line. Not a lot of ground made, but it's out.
Just to give you an idea, Bill, how difficult it is sometimes for combinations to occur, the number 20 for CHS, Angus Laveau from Alstonville High School, was called in late. and only arrived today for the game. Wasn't able to train on Friday because he was called in late. Had to come all the way down from the Northern Rivers area of New South Wales.
CHS have got that.
And I think Bill,
Just got to be able to clear it.
It was quite coincidental. Number 20 just caused that turnover. So Angus Laveau's done very well in that run.
He's had a good day, albeit a long one.
I really like that play, Bill, where they were really direct and got across the game line very quickly.
He ran into a hole well. And that is very good. Very good counter punch. Stealing the ball in the tackle, taking off all the pressure.
There's some strong defence from both teams at the moment, Bill. It's causing a lot of the mistakes we're seeing, I think. They weren't able to kick that out in the full because they were outside their 22, Bill. So that's why they've gone for some distance.
You're alarmed.
Bit of a duffer from the full back.
It was good.
Looking for a clearance kick, but hit the side of the boot.
It was good vision from the CHS 15, who identified that space in the ground to kick that ball, and it was a great option for that moment on the field.
If you're going to kick it, far better to kick it to where there isn't anyone.
Find space, don't they say? Find space. Some good pressure on the ball from the Catholic colleges that they've knocked on.
Bit sloppy at the back of the line out there, weren't we?
Yep. We'd like to see that a bit more efficient. I think we've lost since the number 6 has gone off, Seb Misios. He was their main person in the line out, so they need to sort of reassess and see how they can improve that aspect of their game, the CHS boys.
Powerful run.
It was quite a long advantage played by the referee for the initial knock on by the CHS player. Not quite sure how long to go, Bill. There mustn't be much time left, I wouldn't think.
That scoreline still in favour of combined Catholic colleges over CHS, 17 points to 12. 2 tries each. A conversion and penalty try the difference.
Strong running by the Catholic College forwards. I think there's going to be a penalty against CHS for being offside at the moment. Bit of the story of the game, Bill, but CHS we get ourselves into an attacking position and then we turn the ball over and gives the Catholic colleges another opportunity.
Yep, and another kick for goal. This might just about put it beyond reach.
Whilst there's a breaking play, Bill, the 16s also on the weekend of the Saturday, Sunday, June 29 and 30, we're playing the New South Wales Schools Under 16 Championships. They'll play against the other school associations over 2 days, and at the completion of that weekend there'll be 2 New South Wales Schools Under 16s teams named.
And that'll be against the Catholic colleges?
Against Catholic colleges, against
GPS,
against
the independent schools.
Independent Schools Association, also against the combined associated schools as well.
Okay, be some good football there.
That is a weekend of great football, and that's going to be at
In off. It's gone in off. Might have been nice the flag was up there on top of the pole. That moves it out to 20 points to 12 with that penalty goal. So CHS with all the work to do.
So now 8 points behind, so we need to have a converted try and then another score on top of that. Combined high schools boys have given away quite a few penalties in this half of football, Bill, which hasn't helped their cause.
Yeah. There's no doubt that discipline is a big part of any footy game, that not giving away penalties, not conceding the ball to the opposition, they're big factors in what the outcome is.
They certainly are, Bill, especially when you've had a team that has a limited preparation. It certainly doesn't give them an opportunity to start to develop their combinations.
Keep driving forward.
Get across, guy.
Yours? Well, you were right, Paul. We went far from full time. A win for the combined Catholic colleges over CHS, 20 points 12. Both teams scoring 2 tries, the difference being a conversion and 2 penalty goals. All in all, I guess an opportunity to get the cobwebs out.
And I think combined high schools will be much better in their next game, which is this Wednesday, the 5th of June, against the Independent Schools Association. They'll be much better for that run, Bill, because as I said to you before, that's their first match they've actually played and only have had one training session together.
Yeah, it was the combinations that were lacking, just that cohesion for the various elements of the team to be able to work together. But after this game, what have we got coming up next?
After this game, Bill, we've got a 3-way round-robin afternoon of under-18 rugby. So in the first game, set to kick off at 12, which is in about 20 minutes' time, will be CHS seconds playing combined Catholic colleges.
Yep.
Then at 12:45 kick-off will be CHS firsts playing combined Catholic colleges. Then at 1:30 will be CHS firsts playing CHS seconds, and that game will finish about 2:05.
Okay, well, we've got a lot to look forward to. We'll take a little break from here now. We'll be back shortly with all the action for the under-18 game between the three teams, CHS first, CHS seconds, and combined Catholic colleges.
Turn around, no.
Biscuit, mate. I brought some.
No, play, but they to run. You have to do that. You have to count that. Yeah. Go ahead, shut it down. Awesome, mate. How are you? Oh, wow. What time did you kick it off?
Oh, we'll hang around for a little while. I think 1:45, something like that.
Ian will catch up, mate. Yeah.
Welcome back to Camden Rugby Park. We just had the completion of the under-16 match, which was a victory for the combined Catholic colleges over the combined high schools. And now we've got the format we have for you here is that the first game will be between the combined high school's second team and the combined Catholic colleges. And then there'll be a break and the combined high school's first team will take on the Catholic colleges. And then a further break and the combined high school's firsts will play the CHS seconds. So if you're in the CHS seconds, here's your opportunity to push for a spot in the firsts. Now, I'm going to give you all of the names of the combined Catholic colleges in their first 15. Sione Latu. Now, are these the correct numbers, Paul?
The correct numbers are on this side.
On this side, okay.
So
Sione
numbers
Latu,
have changed.
23, from All Saints College, Casula. Tom Walker, 2, St Joseph's Regional College, Port Macquarie. Harvey Bryan, 3, St Joseph's Regional College, Port Macquarie. Matthew Dalmolan in 7 from St Francis Xavier Hamilton. Daniel Lavers, 5, St Paul's Catholic College, Manly. Ben Robson, 21, St Matthew's Catholic College, Mudgee. Jackson Fletcher, 4, MacKillop College, Port Macquarie. Andrew Collins, 20, Southern Cross Vocational College, Burwood. Rory Fletcher in 9, St Dominic's College, Kingswood. Ned Hicks, 10, Champagnat Catholic College, Maroubra. Edward Gilbert, 11, Marist College, Eastwood. Jason Smythe in 13, Holy Cross Ride. Clyde Muller in 16, Patrician Brothers Blacktown. Jacob Balchin, 17, St Francis Xavier Hamilton. Liam Ryan, 18, St Paul's Catholic College Manly. Lachlan Andrews in 1, Marist Brothers Eastwood. Aaron Johnson, 8, Marist Brothers Eastwood. 15, Dion Tupa, Holy Cross Ride. 14, Josh Zammett, Marist College Eastwood. Rory Green's in the 25, Holy Spirit Bellambi, and 24, Sion Laetoa, Trinity Catholic College Auburn. Now with the CHS seconds, Paul.
Thanks, Bill. So we got the number 1 is Heath Robertson from Kira High School. Number 2 is Matthew Baggs from Katara High School. Number 3 is Martin Arias Fernandez from Singleton High School. Number 4 is Bradman Walker from Armidale High School. Number 5, Sione Vuna from Narara Valley High School. Number 6, Eden McQueen from Kincumber High School. Number 7, Achutahi Retty from Westfield Sports High School. Number 8, Morgan McWhirter from Terrigal High School. Number 9, Corey Lewis from Callahan College, which is in Newcastle. Number 10, Regan Harris from Gorican High School. Number 11, Tanner Alka from Westfield Sports High School. Number 12, Sione Vanku from Narara Valley High School. Number 13, Heath Hall Muir from Katara High School. Number 15, I have to come back to number 14, Joshua Tui Paludo from Hill Sports High School. Number 16, Jackson Malala from Northmead High School. Number 17, Kenneth Tawala from Hill Sports High School. Number 18 is Miles Rutledge from Kincumber High School. Number 19 is Unga Latu from Narrabeen Sports High School. Number 20 is Caleb Barker from South Grafton High School. Number 21 is Mason Ram Ritu from Hill Sports High School. And number 23 is Kane Anderson from the Hunter Sports High School. The coach is Liam Dwyer from Endeavour Sports High School. The assistant coach is Matt Maloney, brother of James Maloney Bill, from Terrigal High School. And the manager is Sarah Lehman from Epping Boys High School.
Okay, a lot to get through there, but from the kick-off, a short kick-off by the combined high schools, they regathered possession but then turned it over to combined Catholic colleges, but the ball's gone back to the CHS now, and a penalty into the bargain. A quick tap, pushing forward, looking for support.
That was Corey Lewis, the number 9, who's also a boy that was on the CHS tour to South Africa over Easter this year, Bill. strong run and good offload from Morgan McWhirter, the number 8 for CHS.
Still in control. And control is the key. And almost a length of the field intercept, I would dare say. One of the outside backs there for Catholic College has got a hand out.
Have to be careful in rugby if you slap the ball down, but Bill, it becomes a penalty.
It was shut the gate, but he couldn't quite hold it. So we come back to a scrum feed by the CHS.
I'd like to see CHS use the blind side. There's a whole lot of space there, Bill. Pass where he didn't really have to in that situation, Bill. It's led to a turnover.
Yeah, bit of early nerves. Space here. And into it. Pass was probably on them, so we'll have to make something good happen here.
Quite sure what the penalty was for.
But we'll take it. Flies, gets it down neatly and cleanly,
And that was Ian McQueen
to the halfback.
number 6.
Some good short passing.
Good decision not to push that pass, Bill, and take it on for the 13. I think the number 1 showed some good leg drive there, Bill. The number 1 from CHS, who was Heath Robinson, who was also on that tour to South Africa.
So the teams, the CHS firsts and seconds, of course, should someone play a big game in the seconds today,
Yep.
so they could find themselves moved up to the firsts for some of the games that are coming up next week.
Yep. So at the end of today, we'll have a selection meeting
Okay.
and discuss the relative merits of each player's performance, and then make decisions on who plays in the first next week.
Is there anyone here in particular you think is knocking on the door?
There are quite a few players, Bill. There are some players that are on tour here. So, for example, the 6 Eden McQueen played very well in South Africa, as well as playing very well in the Open Championships. So, all depending on their performance today, how they go.
Yep. And a win today in a successful team can help push your cause also.
It certainly can.
some time ago now, but I can recall watching some of the greats of rugby, Mark Glenn and Gary Ella, playing for the Matraville High School and now Matraville Sports High School, and went on to become greats of Australian rugby and through the CHS system.
Yep. And there's quite a few names through the years that have become great Wallabies, Bill, that have come through the CHS system. Adam Ashley Cooper's one.
Yeah.
However, Adam Ashley Cooper didn't actually get selected in the CHS side. He represented his region, Central Coast, and it's gone on to play more than 100 tests for the Wallabies.
So it's not the be-all and end-all.
No, it's not where you start, Bill. It's where you finish in the end.
Well, they haven't had the warp ball for a while, Catholic colleges, but they've got it now. They'll put the boot up to it in the pocket and that'll go into touch. From inside his own quarter.
And a quick throw from Corey Lewis. Let's put CHS back on the attack.
Forward pass.
Thought the referee could have let that one go, Bill. In the interest of spectators.
Who are always right.
Slightly forward. Referee had no option. I think one thing you'll see from this end of the first game is that there's the advantage of the tour has enabled them to have some better, to develop those relationships with the players and the way the systems that they put on the field. So it should be a more structured style of play.
Some cohesion.
Some cohesion is the word I was looking for.
And there is a lack of cohesion. With the pass that goes behind the winger. Got to get those out in front, get the winger running onto the ball.
And the Catholic colleges will only have the one opens team, so that's why we're doing a round robin.
Okay. Is there a significant difference at this stage between the CHS first and seconds? I imagine some of the very, very good players are in the first team.
That's correct. But sometimes, because sometimes some players perform much better in a representative team where they've got some better players around them, Bill. So sometimes your initial selection is not necessarily the correct selection, and that'll solve itself over a series of games.
Yep. Good ball.
Number 2 is from Matthew Baggs, who again was on the CHS South African tour as well.
Very slick passing in space. Has he got the speed?
But the 7's done.
Good
The CHS
cover.
7 has done really well to break from the scrum and make the tackle on the open side winger.
CHS with a surfeit of possession. Haven't been able to convert that into points yet.
Strong leg drive from Ian McQueen, the number 6.
Oh. Pinball machine. Bounced in, and one bounced in, and one bounced out. That's loose.
Inaccurate in the throw there. Throwing to 6 in the line out. The hooker really needs to make sure that he's hitting his targets there, or they might have, especially throwing it to the back of the line out there.
Is that yours?
I think it's
Did you get one? Bit hard, is it? Right.
Having a run in their own 30-metre area. They'll need to secure this from the ruck. That's a kick down to 15 on the wing, passes it back inside to the other winger.
Tanner Alka from Westville Sports does have a lot of pace there, Bill. He wasn't able to use it then, but he did play CHS last year as well. And
This has got this ongoing possession and pressure has got to tell shortly. There was just too much ball in good position.
having said that, the Catholics are defending quite well at the moment.
Yeah, defending ferociously. We'll have that again. Pass, but was able to pick it up and with a clean pair of heels back inside and shut the gate on that. That was the number 15. It was a loose pass, well picked up, and then a break into the backfield with an inside pass back to the number 15, straight under the black dot. Now, Paul, have we got a name on that young lad that moved so quickly there when he saw open space?
The number 15, Dion Tauper
Dion
from Holy
Tauper.
Cross College Ride.
Holy Cross College Ride, okay. It is amazing, isn't it, the number of times you can see one team have all of the possession, and if it doesn't come to something, the other team, almost as soon as they get the ball, they get a break their way and they score down the other, and that can break your heart.
That can. Particularly how CHS had all the possession and all the field position for that first 10 minutes of this game.
Should be No problem, and that's the case. So that's 7-0. 7 Catholic colleges. So CHS yet to trouble the score up. Now the last, to start the game, the dropout was a beauty. See what we can do this time.
There's another good kick.
It's another good one.
Another mistake from combined high schools when they're in an attacking position, Bill. Hasn't helped us.
Just comes back to that ball control. It's hard enough to get, so when you get it, you've got to hang on to it. Still, there's a way to go in this. Doing some damage. Those big, speedy outside backs when they get the ball for the colleges.
Yep. Looks like there's been a mistake at the breakdown from the small knock-on from Catholic colleges. CHS will have to put it into this next scrum. Player replaced, gets a round of applause for a good effort. There's no one there. No one there, so it's been not a bad option to kick, and the 13's picked that up quite well.
You've got to capitalise on those half breaks. That you get your nose in behind the defensive line. There's got to be the support there to carry it on.
Looks like it's gone backwards.
Where's the support? There it is. Pressure continues to mount. Good try scoring position.
Oh, he nearly knocked that on, but
Nearly locked it on. It jumped out for a moment and then he was able to recover it.
the number 12 that scored the try, Sione Vanuku from the Rara Valley High School on the Central Coast.
In pretty good position too, about 10 metres to the side of the right hand upright.
Hey Peter, how do you change that for the next match?
Regan Harris from Gorican High School.
Oh, okay.
Change it there and there.
There's the ball on the tee.
Then go send.
I'd like to steer this one over and even things up.
Then it'll change
And
the...
hopefully it's done.
Okay, we're done. Righto, thanks.
And it's gone to the side. So the score will remain at 7 points to 5.
were saying before, Bill, about CHS need to make sure that when they've got their field position and possession of the ball, they need to actually put points on the board. Otherwise, it's wasted effort.
And for the team, frustrating.
Correct.
And then it's when you start to make errors then because you've tried what you're supposed to have tried and it hasn't worked. So then you start to make errors and do things that you haven't planned for. Was that for an offside or
No,
for
the penalty was
player in the air?
Player in the air, and referees are very strict on that because
As
it's the
they should
safety
be.
aspect. And it wasn't a dangerous tackle, but it was just a careless tackle. So that's why there was only a penalty rather than some further consequence for the player. Sloppy play from combined high schools there at the line out. Led to a scrum to the Catholic colleges.
Taking a while to get this scrum packed. They're in position now. Referee's gone round to the other side to have a look at the binding. A little bit off the side of the boot, but still gets a good result as far as field position. Good tackle.
And that was from the kicker, Tanaralka, who's chased his kick through really well.
Cover defence picks him up down on this left side. Long stretch of the ball here from one side to the middle.
And it's the number 8 there, Morgan McWhirter, that did very well making the tackle and then having an attack on the ball on the ground, which slowed the possession down for Catholic colleges.
Doesn't find touch.
Did find touch.
Now, was it carried into touch or was he already out?
I think the touch judge is saying it was carried into touch.
Okay. So
Good
that will
spotting from
change.
that side of the field, Bill.
So that now gives the throw-in advantage to the CHS, the light blue. Wasn't straight, but the referee found something before that.
No, I think it wasn't straight. He's giving the put into the scrum to the Catholic colleges. And again, it's about cohesion and the lack of time to prepare. Both teams are in the same boat, but Bill, it's not like Catholic colleges haven't had a lot of time either together.
It's just getting those fundamentals right, and that comes from playing together. Time spent playing together, those things fall into place. Clean ball.
Good ball out to the winger. He found space.
CHS had a player moved up there and tackled fresh air. He just got between two attackers.
Strong run.
Power
for the
run.
8.
Power run. Driving forward. If they get clean ball here, there'll be danger. And there is. Number 13. Jason Smythe, Holy Cross Ride. The number 13 was dived over. There was a good flow of possession to the Catholic colleges, some good clean ball. The defence of CHS had been caught at 6s and 7s, back about 40 metres out, and pressure from the Catholic colleges finally told. The defence was found wanting and a dive over in the corner.
Catholic, just like the under 16s, Catholic colleges have some strong running outside backs like you mentioned, Bill. And it seems that's where they would like to play the game if they can get that ball.
Yeah, I thought we had, in the series leading up to that, there were a couple of poor reads in defence by the CHS outside backs and rushing up out of the line and really not quite sure who to take. And then there was the long break, the good quick ruck, good clean ball, and that was the result of it. To take the score now 12-5 with a conversion kick to come. This isn't a gimme. This is it's his good side, being a right footer. It's curled around, falls away to the left of the upright, so no conversion. So that now keeps the score at 12-5. Not that far away. Another try by CHS to get back to 10 with a conversion to come, but they're probably not playing. Although they have got these kickoffs now.
And the number 6, Eden McQueen, was quite effective playing off the ball. A strong run from 14.
Bit of determination there. Maybe they're just getting their game heads on. They need to be able to do something with this. It's about 5 minutes out from half time.
Great ball carry from the number 6 again.
In super position. Got a good line of players. If they bring it out this side, they should score. I don't know that was the best play. There was a man unmarked on the outside.
Maintain possession, Bill, which is a
Yeah,
positive.
still got the ball. The only person that's dangerous is the one with the ball.
I think that's number 10, Bill. Regan Harris.
Regan from Gorican High. So that'll take the score to 12 points to 10 with a relatively easy conversion to come, which should level up the scores going by the game book. Game book doesn't always count, but going by the game book, this should level it up.
Just a reminder, Bill, at the end of this game, there'll be a 10-minute break. And the next game will be the CHS first team will come on. Well, that's the first time we'll see them. The CHS first team today, and they'll be playing the Catholic colleges in the next half of football.
Now, I'm going to make the assumption that they're going to play in a different strip, given the CHS Is will play the CHS IIs in the final 30 minutes of play. Otherwise, our job's going to be pretty complicated.
You'd hope to think so.
Well, that upright has done it.
You put the mocker on him, Bill.
Put the mocker on him.
Saying it was a
Commentator's curse. Two minutes 50 left on the clock, and a scoreline of 12 points to 10. 2 tries each. 2 tries, 1 conversion against 2 tries. Some big lads out here to try and receive and get through on this short kick-off. Through they go, and they fly.
got a falcon there, Bill. Off the head of the Catholic Schools player.
Loose ball. Ball's been recycled here.
No, ripped by the
ripped
combined
off.
high
Ripped
schools
off.
player. Well done. There's been a knock on at the base of the ruck there, which will mean there will be a put into the scrum from the Catholic colleges, and this may well be the last opportunity.
Yeah, minute 30 to do something about it. It's a long time in footy, but not if it takes this long to pack a scrum. And we finally got it in. It was coming across in clever, so put it down. The play would have been to catch it and put your left foot to it and get it back in the centre, but
You have to catch the ball first, but
yeah. So 11 seconds to go, and after this there'll be a 10-minute break for the players to refuel. And we'll get back with the CHS firsts on the combined Catholic colleges. Been all good games so far.
we're trying. Combined high school second team, Bill, are trying to make something happen in the last 10 seconds of the game.
It's still alive, but next stoppage, that'll be all she wrote.
Well, they've created space.
There we go. He's got the lead, 10. He's just got to fall on it, and he has.
With 10 seconds to go, combined high schools have scored a try.
Well, I reckon that was scored after the clock.
You're correct.
Absolutely after the clock. The scrum was set at about 1:40. The ball got in at 59 seconds. And from there, something came out of nothing.
14 for combined high schools had a strong game. I'm not quite sure who the 14 is. I'll chase that up for you, I think. He's gone, so I don't know. Yeah, no.
Well, whoever he is, well done. And there's that conversion, so we'll have a final score here. 17 points to 12 after a runaway in the last, in the dying seconds, dying throws of the match. Players shake hands. The referee also comes off for a break.
Rugby Park. Just letting you know we have plenty of steak sandwiches, sausage sandwiches, cool drinks. We have Camden Rugby caps, bucket hats, trucker caps, beanies, sale on stubby holders, and if anyone feels like it, we can allow the bar to be open now, so if you'd like to use our bar services, you may do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So you do all that stuff before you?
Yeah, I do think
Go through there, Cameron. I said, guys, why not CHS they want to see what's happening. They had live stream. So I was watching it. Yeah. That's the way it's all. No, they don't. They were given out to the boys. They were always given us. Should be, you'll notice it's and the size of it. Yeah.
If I'd said no.
I've got a problem. Probably have not got camera over it.
And after a short break, we're back here with the next half of football, which will be between CHS Firsts against the combined Catholic colleges. And it'll be the first time we've seen CHS First today. So I'll just read out the players. Number 1 will be Dylan Saunders from Windsor High School. Number 2, Dakota Pritchard from Westfield Sports High School. Number 3, David Aguirre from Westfield Sports High School. Number 4, Ruben Thomas from Kiama High School. Number 5, Zane Missios from Coffs Harbour High School. Number 6, Phoenix Steinweed from Terrigal High School. Number 7, Nicholas Russell from Epping Boys High School. Number 8, Boston Karapa from Hunter Sports High School. Number 9, Jaden Duff from Singleton High School. Number 10, Jack Vincent from Tomaree High School. Number 11, Oscar Churchwell from Coffs Harbour High School. Number 12, Tonga Vey from Strathfield South High School. Number 13, Norman Latu from Eaglevale High School. Number 14 is Will Bassett from Davidson High School. And number 15 will be Oscar Anasio from Asquith Boys High School. And it looks like Catholic colleges are kicking off, and they're in the dark blue. Combined high schools in the light blue. As we look forward to the start of this next half of football. And remember, at the end of this, there'll be another short 10-minute break, and the last game today will be between CHS Firsts and CHS Seconds Opens teams. Strong carry from Dylan Saunders and number 3. CHS have a penalty advantage at the moment. Hands in the ruck. And they'll be kicking the ball out. And that was a great touch finder from Jack Vincent. Jack Vincent was the man of the tournament, the best player of the tournament, the recent CHS Rugby Union Opens Championship, which was held at Pittwater Rugby Park.
Well, Paul, if the selectors have got it right,
correct,
we should see.
And I think you've noticed that the CHS is a speed of play is a lot faster.
And
that's
the
a great
support play. That's a good tackle. So we've got the CHS Firsts now on playing combined Catholic colleges. And there's your first 5-pointer, which came from a succession of quick ball out the ruck, recycle, pick up, try.
As mentioned with Bill before, Jack Vincent, the number 10, was the winner of the Player of the Carnival at the recent CHS Open Championships. Mm-hmm. And it was in a close decision from number 1, Dylan Saunders.
Hey, tell me the boy that's a nice player here is the number 10, Jack Vincent.
Correct.
Tamaree. I'm told he's a good boy. This could be him winding up for goal. A good all-round player. I guess the Australian Rugby would have a knowledge and an understanding of all of these lads.
We get good support from the New South Wales Waratahs and also from Australian Rugby for our program too.
Well, this is where they're going to come from. This is the Wallabies of the future are here playing. So we've got a fresh CHS team on. The Catholic colleges have had some replacements, but they did play 30 minutes prior to this against the CHS seconds and went down in a nail biter right at the finish of the match.
A lot more communication from the CHS I's than there was from the CHS II's.
There's plenty of noise when they're over this side of the field.
I don't know if it's because they're fresh or because they're... That's a bit late now.
Took the odds to it with a little kick through, then there was the regather, followed by a well-timed pass and a try in the corner.
Well, it was good vision also from the number 10, Jack Vincent, who saw that there was no one in cover there to put that kick through, which created opportunity for the number 11 to score that try.
Just into that little pocket, wasn't it, into that corner. Long range kick. And might just get the distance if it's straight. Well, it was straight and it just got the distance. Just fell over, but they all count. Doesn't matter how, as long as they do it.
Which makes the score 14 combined high school 1 to Catholic colleges in this passage of play yet to score.
A bit longer this time.
Ball taken by Zane Misios, also from Coffs Harbour High School. And Bill, quite a number of these CHS I's players were also on that tour to South Africa.
So they'll know each other pretty well.
That's right. And as we've noted before, they were quite successful.
Brushed through there. Keeping it alive. Just peeling off the back of that maul. With support. Had a look. Just couldn't find the play to his left. He was carrying the ball in his left hand, which meant it was more difficult for him to get the pass to his left, but he just couldn't find someone out on that side.
And the number 8 in that carry was Boston Karapa, who's from the Newcastle area.
They breed them big and strong up there.
They certainly do.
And going really well, the Knights. Hats off to Nathan Brown and to the team up there, Mitch Pearce. Well taken by the 14, back in field, now supporting. Like to see that, a player pass and then follow his pass.
Turned up, the Catholic colleges turned the ball over, but they haven't helped themselves with that poor kick. Kick has led to players being offside, which has led to a penalty to combined high schools.
Yeah, I think I'll stick this one out. They've got the smell of blood in the water at the moment. Nice play.
Last pass, Bill.
Yeah, it went astray.
It was on.
There was a defender between them,
Yeah.
and he just put too much weight on it to get it over the top there, but it was definitely on.
It may well have been better served just to take that in.
Yeah, or put it on the foot, put it on the toe, just put it ahead. So, CHS first in a good attacking position with a scrum, back line wide and deep. Winger on this side just lurking behind the scrum, maybe used as a foil, as a decoy. So got the full-back in attacking position out inside the winger. So they've got the formation.
Now they just have to execute, Bill.
Yeah, let's see how the catch and pass goes.
The 9 and 10 have a good combination, both from the Hunter area. And both having been on that South African tour that we've mentioned a number of times already. But it's the execution that'll set them down on that time.
Yeah, it looked like a nice set play, but pass didn't find its mark, and maybe the receiver wasn't there at the right time. But it's a back line that it looks like it's got some penetration, doesn't it?
Yep.
Nice strong lad here, the number 12.
Tonga Bay, he was in our program last year as well. He might have played on the wing in last year's CHS first team.
Okay. Tonga from Strathfield South.
Try to number 14 in the corner there, Bill. It was Will Bassett from Davison High School out on the City North area.
Well, Whitney, Will had been looking for work. He'd been roving over behind the back line and behind the scrum and looking for things, but this opportunity came out on his left side and he did a good job to finish it off. There was defence coming.
Certainly did, but again, it was with that turnover. Jack Vincent was his first instinct was attack with the ball, Bill.
Yeah, very good. Good awareness and vision.
Yeah.
It's another one that's not an easy one, you know.
And it's about combinations too, Bill. I think 7 of the forward pack there, with the exception of the number 7, Nick Russell, who couldn't tour. I think the other 7 were all on that tour to South Africa, so they've had a lot of time together in terms of preparation and training. And
A trip you'd remember for the rest of your life. A great trip, playing rugby, playing sport, doing something that you love doing over in another country, and not just the sport, the cultural
experiences. Having been on the tour to South Africa, that's right. It's seeing a totally different country and the culture of another totally different country is really, it's a really important opportunity for the boys that can go.
He's creating havoc, Jack Vincent.
Yeah. And the number 5, Zane Misios, loves to run wide. He's a great athlete as well.
Yeah, good play, good footwork, and then he was able to keep his body up off the ground and pop up a pass. I'll need to defend courageously here, combined Catholic colleges. Got to say, Paul, the smell of those sausages and steaks cooking is tempting.
Yes. Maybe we should have smell-o-vision as well on the live stream.
Yeah, there'd be a lot of people be out lighting up the home barbie then. See our cameraman here, Daniel, he didn't miss out.
I bet he's been up there quite a few times.
Oh, in and out like a fiddler's elbow.
No, you can't. Okay. Sorry.
All the ball going the way of the CHS at this stage.
They've been able to clean that up through Zane Misios, another 5.
Got to get the ball back, Catholic colleges. They just got to get the ball back. Break this cycle of defence, defence, defence.
And because they're constantly under pressure, sometimes the penalties will flow to the team that's the dominant team as well.
Momentum is a big thing in footy.
So the combined high schools here have opted for the scrum. Obviously have a backline move they want to put on here.
2 minutes down. Come. I think I'm confused.
little bit flatter this time, the CHS back line. Still wide, they're going to play at the line rather than back from the line. So here he goes, to the line, pass to a man in a hole, but he couldn't hang on. Well, some relief for the Catholic colleges. I think the worst thing they can do from here is kick it. Somehow or other, they've got to try to keep recycling possession and maintain the ball. I think if they kick the ball, they'll find themselves straight back where they started from. Of course, getting it forward is another matter. Well, up she goes, and here she comes.
It comes back again.
It's a nice play of the 10.
But a lot of the play from CHS comes from that really good service from the number 9 in the red hair, Jaden Duff.
Yep.
Which enables Jack Vincent to play on the front foot.
That smells trouble. That smells trouble.
Really would have liked to see him set his supports up better than that.
Yeah, he had an opportunity to pass, didn't he? To draw and give. He took the tackle, but
put CHS
still
under
got the
attack.
ball.
Yep. Number 7, Nicholas Russell from Epping Boys did well to hold on to that and score.
Very good. The pass came hard.
Certainly.
So this pathway, Paul, the players play their club footy, they play school, they get picked into representative teams, they get noticed. And so from here, they will potentially get picked in all schools teams.
That's right, they picked 2 New South Wales All Schools teams at the end, as I mentioned to you, after the, just check my dates, Bill, after Friday, June 28, where is the final day of the schoolboy rugby representative matches, where CHS 1s and 2s will play the New South Wales GPS schools. The
Who are always strong.
Who are always strong, who are the traditional rugby union schools we're talking about. At the end of that day, they'll pick 2 New South Wales schools teams to compete at the Australian Schools Championships. And after that, then they're selecting Australian schools and under 18s rugby union team.
Okay, and what will that team do?
I'm not quite sure. They're normally playing New Zealand, but I'm not quite sure. There's been a change in organisation this year, so I'm not quite sure what their calendar is this year, Bill.
So what happens is they leave school and then they develop an affiliation with a rugby club, whether it be Randwick Rugby Club or whether it be Western Harbour Rugby Club. Do some of them actually move quickly into the Super Rugby?
Yeah, each state has their own academy now, Bill.
Yep.
And so a lot of the boys will go into Waratah Rugby Academy, but some of them will also be snapped up to go to academies in other states. And that's their pathway into that Super Rugby structure.
Okay.
And obviously at the moment, I know that the Australian under-20s are competing in Argentina at the World Cup under-20s. And in fact, there's a boy there, Joe Walton, who was playing for CHS last year. He's in that team as well.
That's a good experience.
And he's from the Central Coast, yeah. Okay, they're a bit deeper now, the CHS.
They would be attacking if they spin the ball. They'd be attacking from well inside their own half. Good service again by the halfback. Good ball, nice set play.
This needs to stay in field and recycle possession here. He's done quite well there, the winger.
Did everything right. Only thing I would have said was he might have been able to carry the ball in his left hand and fend with his right if necessary, but and he's away against the run of play to number 13. Jason Smythe, Holy Cross Ride, who scored in the earlier game.
Yep.
And has also banked another 5-pointer. Well, he was in the right place at the right time.
And they did need that, Catholic colleges. They did need that
They needed that.
for their own confidence.
An intercept, and he's gone certainly at least half the length of the field and put it down where all goal kickers want to convert from, near the posts.
I've said that before today, Bill, and it
I
hasn't
have.
come true.
See if I can put the mock on again. I often think that goal kickers that are kicking from these areas take the ball back much further than they need to. You don't have to go back so far, and all you do, you increase your opportunity of missing because you are the angle is no longer in your favour, where if you're hitting it from nice and close, the ball doesn't deviate too much. Now, he's just toe poked a hole in the ground there. There's no tee.
Well, I'm waiting for them to bring the sand out like the old days, Bill.
Oh no, here comes the tee. No, he's going to have a drop kick. No problem. So about, I guess we're about 20 minutes into this half.
Austin Karapa. It's a great take off the kickoff.
Including a collision along the way. So,
It never took his eyes off the ball,
No, it
which is
didn't.
important. Oh no, it didn't.
So the score now 24 points to 7 in favour of combined high schools first. It's been a good effort here, but from the Catholic colleges to come back and score that try and convert, given that they'd already played 30 minutes against the CHS second team and then had to front up again
Against a
against
stronger,
a
potentially a stronger team.
strong, fresh team.
They certainly haven't given up, Bill, even though that the score is definitely against them. The weight of possession has been against them. Well, I don't think the Catholic schools coach would be happy with that kick.
He's kicked it
I think that's what's called a
straight
coach
to a
killer.
receiver. Extras here, but cover coming across.
been able to recycle possession and quickly
Keep it alive. Turnover.
Oscar Ignacio, the fullback from number 15 for CHS from Ascot Boys High School, has been strong today. I think he was let the support players let him down there in that situation.
Powerful bump. There it is. Uncontested.
Looks like the CHS ones are trying to pick up the pace of play, but there's a mistake over there on the opposite wing. One of Catholic College's few opportunities to attack in the attacking half in this 30 minutes.
Yeah, just not much shape in their back line, so there's not much they, to play to.
Yeah.
Looking a bit better now out on the left if they can get it there.
Again, it's that I thought 12 had done enough, but the referee was of a different opinion. And he's saying that the ruck had already filmed when Tonga Vey was picking the ball up from the ruck. For the last couple of minutes, Catholic College has been able to maintain possession and put some passage of play together, Bill.
It's been important for them. They've been under siege.
CHS boys have been able to put the line out under pressure and have come up with possession. We've already seen a knock on.
Found an error. Still plenty of talk, no lack of motivation.
Strong scrum from the combined high schools.
We'll just have that one again.
I can sense some frustration in your voice, Bill. It's with the rugby union, everything is a contest, so even the scrums are a contest.
Exactly. And we'll have another go. Everything in. Ready. Heave.
The referee had to make a decision there. Keep the game flowing. Is there a light blue jumper back there? Yes. So we'll come out for a 22 kickoff, drop out.
For good awareness again, he saw that there was no one back. Just went for the field position rather than attack from his own end. The big men fly. Here they come.
They're able at CHS able to disrupt that line out. Must be the end. I think it must be the
That's
end.
it.
Jack Vincent decided there was no point playing any further.
Although we saw what happened last time.
Final score, the half-time CHS I 24, combined Catholic Colleges 7.
And we'll be back shortly.
goes home and she's only there for lunch with her. Otherwise, nothing, just the Jan. What do you got on? Yeah, that finished. Hurry up before he has another one. He did. He's got like a little shot on his arm. Like getting a long shot.
He's in his happy place. Sunday.
Okay.
He's in his happy place.
First 5 minutes.
He's unafraid.
No, I've got this one.
Now we're just about to get underway with the final half of football for this afternoon. It's the combined high schools first team, who we just saw playing against the combined Catholic colleges, against the combined high schools second team, who will be playing in the black and gold colours to avoid the clash of the two blues. On the face of it, you'd think that the CHS first team should be too strong.
But as you know, Bill, sometimes the CHS IIs will be motivated by the desire to get to play over the top of their
and to pinch a position off someone that's got the spot at the moment.
Correct.
And to step up into the first team. Some big lads out there. Modern food and training techniques and all of the other things.
He's had some strong carries. Dylan Saunders today, as mentioned before, he was one of the best players at a recent carnival.
Promising, but goes astray. I think that pass was meant for the hand that went up. I think it was meant for the person outside him from over this side of the ground. That's the way it looked. Too fancy.
Ended up all right.
Nice footwork there, step off the right foot and again. Found some space.
Number 16. Number 16 at caused a turnover, Bill, was Jackson Mawala from Northmead High School from the Sydney West region. Although the kick didn't really take them on, sort of put them still under a bit of pressure there.
Very important line out, this one. That's gone back the way of the Blues.
At the end of this game, you're probably going to be wanting a pie or a sausage roll or a steak sandwich. Still plenty of pies and sausage rolls and steak sandwiches to go.
Another relieving penalty.
They are the frustrating penalties that teams give away when they have one team under pressure, Bill, and then they give an easy penalty away that allows the opposition team to get out of trouble.
Just get a piggyback down the field, non-successive penalties. Had a look at the defence coming up and spilt the lollies.
I suppose in this situation, Bill, the New South Wales second team has really nothing to lose because the New South Wales first would be expected to win if the selectors have done their job correctly. And as we said earlier, that there will be a selection meeting at the end of this match, and so there may well be some of those New South Wales seconds boys that make the jump into New South Wales first.
Got some weight in there, the CHS.
The blind side.
Yeah, good play.
They're going just a bit over 5 minutes or 6 minutes, Bill, and there's still no score in this game. Little shimmy. Left, right. Ball comes the same way. And over the sideline. Jack Vincent was guilty there of trying to do a bit too much.
Yeah, it was only a half on, wasn't it? It needed to be a miracle pass, a miracle take, and then a dive into the corner. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence crept in here with the CHS.
Although
first.
I think they've been lucky, they've got the thrown to the line, so they must have come off a seconds player.
Yeah.
Again, it's an inaccuracy at the line out, but they've just been possession back now.
Driving forward. That pass wasn't meant for him, that hit him in the shoulder. And CHS II's now in the black and gold, off and running. Some possession, it's all been up their own end, but it's better than not having it and defending your own end, which is about to have to happen.
I think the referee's held up play because it's getting quite close to the injured player, number one.
Yeah, the one.
It looks like he's going to have to leave the field.
Dylan Saunders,
No,
Winter.
I think that's the that's
No.
It's actually the other boy, they've got him wrong. So it's David Aguirre.
David Aguirre, Westfields. Westfields Sports High School. Same school as Michael Clark and Usman Khawaja.
Correct. You go back to that proud combined high school tradition in all sports of producing the next generation of elite sports people in a wide variety of sports. I remember watching Ian Thorpe at a Met Southwest swimming carnival.
Yeah.
Bill. Okay, right.
And he held almost every record up until, well, I think they're all gone now. I think just about every record that Ian held has now been broken.
Oh, they've all been broken
with the march of time.
Yep. That's just indicative of the quality and calibre of sports boys and girls that come through our combined high school program. Those records aren't going to last for long.
They're meant to be broken. Nice low scrum. That's too low now. It must be right on the line.
He's held
even
up.
over it. Yeah,
It was a
over
great-
it and held up.
Great run by Boston Karapa, the 8, but also then Ungalatu, who's the CHS seconds player, has made a great tackle and preventing him from scoring in that situation.
It's in there somewhere.
It's come out the CHS first side.
Good ball. And over.
And again, it's Jack Vincent identifying space, Bill.
It's a nice ball. He threw the ball into the hole and let the winger come onto it. Simply a matter of catch and fall. But you've got to be in the right place and at the right time.
Player, interesting to note, Bill, the player that has come on as a replacement prop for the CHS first player would have been from the CHS second team, because there's no, the CHS first are just 15 players. They don't have a fresh bench of reserves.
All the lads got their water bottles, having a drink. Not an easy kick this way up near the sideline. Hit it well, but to the side.
So the score remains, Bill, 5-0 to CHS firsts.
And that's after, what, about 15 minutes?
Yeah.
So a good effort, a good defensive effort.
Because they did have sustained pressure on their lines.
They did, and it was scrappy, but they found a way to hang on. Well done from the restart. Got the ball back. And it's spewed out into the hands of the Blues. Rolling maul. Got all the work to do here, the winger.
Good good chase from the CHS first in the blue.
A wall of defenders.
CHS first have done it well to hold the ball up. in that situation, so they'll get the put into the scrum, and again be in an attacking position here.
Yes, we spent a lot of time looking in this direction. The halfback with the red headgear, number 9, just talking to his back line, assessing what their options are. Maybe they'll have a change of direction across the back of the scrum. Maybe not. Maybe the lock might break. Let's have another crack at it.
Push up, boys!
Yeah, you can see the prop on this side collapsed, unable to withstand the power that was being exerted. So what decision are we going to have here?
I think they might be kicking to the line for a line out. Cross field.
Yeah, leading men on the outside. I'm sure the referee's got it right. We couldn't tell from here. CHS II's desperately needed to get the ball back there. Got a replacement coming on. Fresh man. See if we can keep this scrum up and get a clean ball. They recovered in goal, so they've cleaned it up.
Don't know if that was the correct option there. It's allowed CHS IIs to...
Yeah, he had numbers too, didn't he?
CHS IIs to release the pressure valve a little. Although not for long. Well, I'm sure certain that Mark O'Brien, the CHS first coach, wouldn't necessarily be happy with that chip kick there in that situation, Bill.
Yeah, there's time and place for everything, and you know, sometimes the first thing that springs into your head isn't always the right one. You've got to think a couple of plays ahead and be working towards the sequence of plays rather than just what you happen to see. Unless the odds are well in your favour.
Correct.
Throws a lovely ball, the half.
He does. It's allowed Jack Vincent to be on the front foot all the game.
Nice inside ball.
Yeah.
Results in a try.
And a strong run. That was a strong run to Nick Russell from Epping Boys High School, the number 7.
So that'll take the score out to 10. It wasn't in a convenient position, but you'll take the 5 for the try, and there wasn't much you could do to improve his position. position, so this will be another tough kick. But if you hit them correctly, you're a chance. We're just going on weight of possession. If you weren't, if weight of possession turns into points, then you'd probably expect that CHS I's would be a little bit further ahead than they are. They've hung on well, the twos. Whether the floodgates will open, who knows?
That's right, they've done very well to defend their line at the moment. But you'd like to think you'd like some of that possession to come their way, otherwise it might become too difficult.
So, no goal. And a scoreline of still 10 points to 0. Haven't had much ball down this end. These CHS IIs in the black and gold. Well taken. Really well done. Got up high, took it cleanly, moved forward. I think at times they might be better rather than just taking into another ruck and another ruck. They've got numbers out here, give them a shot.
Yep.
That was probably a case in point.
Where he could have promoted the football.
Could have spread the ball a little. Here we go now. Probably play the ball too late, but try and keep these backs in the game. And another promising raid foiled. Plenty of effort.
There is.
Plenty of effort, both sides, Paul.
And it's been like that all day. We're starting with the 16s game.
Yep.
And all these three halves of this round robin.
It's been good hard footy.
I think it looks like they're going to try and run the football out of the 22.
When you've got backs the size of that, you get it there, and you know you're going to push through the defensive line. Well, there's a chance.
Yep.
Maybe they can make something of this. Just get the feeling it's going to take a brilliant individual effort rather than some combination effort.
And if they score here, they're back in the game. They're only 10 points down, so they've actually defended very well.
Got it. Couple of hands towards the middle. In good position. They had space out on this side.
I don't know if that was a planned move with the inside runner.
But there's plenty of space out on this left side.
I'd have to agree with you, Bill.
There we go.
Here we go. Here we go.
Couldn't quite get
Looks
there.
like a last-minute tackle by the 6 from CHS
cover
first.
defence.
Phoenix Stein wide. knock on, so they've CHS first have the opportunity to get out of this area of the field.
Jack Devine might be thinking kick.
No.
Good ball. No, you
He didn't get
held on to
I
it.
think
It was a
just
good
the
tackle. Got them for offside. Good hang time with a bit of help.
I've been very strong. This number 6 in the line out today, Phoenix. Another strong carry from Boston Karapa, the 8.
It looked dangerous.
Yeah. And I think he was trying to do the right thing by keeping the ball alive, but it was just, he fell over, he was just trying to pass the ball.
Might have to develop that little left hand push on.
The Kurt Gidley,
Yeah, the Kurt Gidley.
the Sonny Bill Williams.
He certainly has the athleticism.
I think Boston Karapa, the 8, might have played in the, well, I know that he played in the state 7-a-side rugby side, youth side last year, so. Now Sport of Rugby Union, there's that pathway, professional pathway now available to players.
Yeah. Shorter form of the game. She goes, oranges.
Feel like he's running away from his support players there.
So what he has said there, Paul, is that the ruck had been formed.
Yeah. Oh, I think he said he was offside. Yeah, he's
Offside,
come in.
okay.
He come in from an offside position into the ruck.
Nice feet and a good ball on the back of it. Now this is more like it. See if we get these backs into the game.
Certainly no lack of effort from the New South Wales seconds team.
Very good.
It's a great ball from the number 5, Zane Misios. I think that might have been Matthew Baggs, the number 2 from New South Wales seconds with that steal at the ruck.
Just what the doctor ordered.
They'll probably put this in, and they'll put this out and play from the line out.
very impressed with the CHS II's tenacity.
Yep.
Just sticking at the job,
Yep.
giving it everything. He couldn't quite get that pass away. He was trying to regather at the same time he got tackled.
Crossfield bomb bill.
Johnny Peard.
And the winger on the opposite side for CHS First has done very well to take that ball then, bring it back in field.
In space, with support.
And a good pass.
And no way he'll be run down from behind, number 13. Norman Latu. And that takes the score to 15-0 with another wide conversion attempt. Just that bit of extra X factor with the CHS First. The players are just a little bit quicker, more evasive.
Just you're right, some better individuals. And they're able to score those length of the field tries, whereas CHS seconds are sometimes stuck without that same individual brilliance.
But it's been a stout effort.
Oh, it's been a great effort, given that they had that break after their first match.
That's right. Only to be 3 tries down.
And they did play the Catholic schools when they were fresh. So the Catholic schools were at their best. And were able to defeat the Catholic schools.
On the buzzer.
On the buzzer.
No, wide again. It's been to both sides of the posts.
The sun comes out just in our last 2 minutes again, and it's a great spot here at Camden Rugby Park. So I'd just like to thank Camden Rugby Club for hosting today. Bill, what a great venue it is to watch some
terrific venue, and there's there's the seating. There's a great little pavilion that they've got serving the steak and sausage sandwiches and any other refreshments you might require. It's a good place. It's a little bit longer, that one. Well taken. Fed it back to the winger. And into touch. This will be a throw into CHS seconds. The black and gold. A strip of Camden Rugby Club.
Camden Rugby Club. Again, inaccuracy at the line out. Gives CHS First the opportunity to attack once more.
Won't have the speed.
13 will run him down.
Yeah. But a good... Oh, still alive. Shrugged off a tackle and was able to force his way over the line. So the defender got to him, tried to get him around the shoulders, couldn't hang on. He just shrugged out of the tackle, did a spin and a burst of speed after that to go in and score. Very good winger's try.
Very good. He did great tenacity to score that try. And I think that'll take us. I don't think we'll have time for the kick-off. Bill, I think that might be the end of the game here. And CHS II's have done really well to stay close, and they come back right at the end of the game.
And you never know, someone might have just played well enough here in this game and the other game today to be knocking on the door.
Correct.
Of the firsts. just to the side of the uprights, and the referee blows full time. And the players will now shake hands. Do you have any anticipation of anything over this? No. So what? I will sign off.
Is there a presentation?
No, I don't think nothing official. And as the players shake hands and then move their way into the showers and ultimately home, we'll sign off here from beautiful Camden Rugby Park. We saw, well, in effect, we saw 4 terrific games of football today.
Correct.
First, we saw the 16s, a very, very good game of rugby, which was won by the combined Catholic colleges. And then we saw 3 games of the 18s, the Catholic colleges, and in the game we've just had, much too strong. But in the game we've just had, we had a really good showing put up by the combined high school seconds against the CHS firsts, and went down 15 points to 5. So well done to everyone that participated today. Thank you to Daniel, our cameraman. Thank you to Paul for his expert commentary. And we hope you enjoyed this live stream of CHS Sport. There's going to be a lot more of this to come as we're trialling various ways of having CHS events brought to you, the public. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next time.
I hope we didn't say anything.